Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian, the Off-Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today, and we're back for another Sunday. Seems like we were just here, right? It seems like we were just here, but that's what happens during the holiday season. Things tend to speed up a lot, and we're back again doing another Sunday. We got Jean here, we got Katie, So Terry, Joan Reed, Joyce, Sharon, Pat Strawhouse. Hi, Pat. Good to see you again. Judy, Jill, Kathy, Brenda, Jackie, Diane. Did I say Judy yet? Judy Smith. Melina, Tracy, Donna, Maria, Linda. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Really appreciate it. If you're catching this on the replay, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell notification icon to get notified every time I go live. You also have to make sure that your device notifications are turned on. So make sure that your device notifications have YouTube enabled so that way you can get those notifications. I just got a notification on my watch here that I am live here on YouTube. So that means that for some reason the push notification went out a little delayed today. Don't know why. So probably we'll have some more people trickling in. Tony and hi from Ireland. I saw it. I can't pronounce your name, and I'm so very sorry because I just totally butchered it. Greatly apologize for that. Sorry about that. Elizabeth, welcome home, says Elizabeth. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Jill says, love the quilt in the background. Well, this is my puzzle mystery quilt, Village Green. And it's kind of cut off a little bit here, but I love this quilt. It came out beautifully. I did add these borders onto it, and you can't see, you can kind of see, wrong side, Ian. You can kind of see the little motifs that I did here. If you didn't catch the reveal on the Cotton Cuts social media, go check that out because I showed the full quilt in that. So make sure to go check that one out. Rachel is here. Brian is here. Hello, Brian. Thank you guys for being here today. So today, what I was planning on doing, I have you a little closer to me today because today we're going to be doing a fabric haul. This is all the fabric that I purchased while I was in DC, either during Black Friday or Small Business Saturday. If you didn't check it out over on Becca's channel, we went live. So if you saw Becca's video on her channel, you will see some of this fabric again because we recapped everything that we did on Friday. And then Saturday, I haven't shown what I bought at the stores from Saturday. So yeah, you just got notified that I was live. Yep, for some reason those push notifications are going out a little late today, and I don't know why. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Sheila, Anna, Karen. I haven't even had all of my coffee today. I literally made this right before I went live today. I've just been having a lazy morning. I didn't even get out of bed until 10:30. I was awake earlier, but I just laid there scrolling TikTok for a while. So that's what I've been doing today. Coffee, so wonderful. All right, so some of this fabric, if you tuned into that, you will re-see that fabric again. Some of this fabric is new because we went on Small Business Saturday to check out some of the other stores. So just be aware that some of the fabric you have probably seen before, but some of it you have not. I'm going to pull up my list of, I don't think I deleted it yet. We created a shop hop list, and I'm going to try and remember where I got each fabric from, but that is not a guarantee that I'm going to remember that. So just thank you so much. I appreciate that. No worries, Ian. Irish names are tough. Love your videos. Thank you so much. That is so wonderful, and I really appreciate that. All right. So, I did the hearts thing. I forgot that was available. Billy says, Ian, I need your shirt. You can pick up this shirt from We Sew To. If you type into Google We Sew To, or if you go to the We Sew To or Boys Sew To, if you search that on Instagram, that'll take you to their website, and these are UK and European sizes. So if you order a shirt, make sure to order one size larger. I normally wear a large, but for this shirt, I have to go to an extra large. So yes, I love this shirt. I purchased this shirt and while I was in DC and had it shipped here. So yeah, I love this shirt. Love this shirt. Judy, I almost, like, I saw Dallas and I was like, oh, you're in Dallas. But then I forgot that there's a Dallas in Georgia as well. So, Tammy, man, do I miss seeing you and Becca together? Me too. I'm really kind of bummed that we don't get to do videos together very often now. But she did talk about, on Friday, she talked about us possibly doing Puzzle Mystery Quilt clues together. I always do tutorial videos, so I always have to get my videos out there before she does hers. So unfortunately, I don't know. Somebody threw out the idea of me sewing a small Puzzle Mystery Quilt while she's live, and we do that together on like a Zoom or something. I don't know if that's going to happen because I would need to reach out to Cotton Cuts and see if they'll, hey, if you want to see that, reach out to Cotton Cuts and be like, hey, send Ian a small kit so he can sew with Becca, because that'll help give me a little more evidence that y'all want to see that. But if you do, let me know. Anna says, I'm just now making coffee and it's 2 p.m. Same, except it's 1 o'clock here, so. All right, so before we get into the fabric part, I did want to show off, I need to pull up my camera again, so that way I can see. I do need to show off, I made some postcard fronts panels while I was in Becca's studio, and I wanted to show those off really quick because I like showing off that you can do just about anything with postcard fronts. Remember, scraps are really great for postcard fronts because you only need 5 inches by 7 inches. I usually make mine just a hair bigger and then trim them down. Hi, Barbara. Everything is going wonderfully. Thank you. So I'm going to show off some of the postcard fronts that I made. Like, look at this. This is super simple. 3 pieces of fabric that I put together and made this postcard top. There you go. It's super easy. Sheila was in Plano yesterday. Why didn't you give me a call? Just kidding. I was actually going to be in Capel yesterday for a bit, and then that fell through, so I ended up staying in Fort Worth all day. Somebody else said, Louise says, I love your quilt. I would never have put pink and orange together, but it looks terrific with the black. This is a Halloween quilt. I never would have put pink with Halloween at all, but excuse me, the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, burping, I scarfed down some food too. The Puzzle Mystery Quilt, they put it together and it looks amazing. In fact, if you do exclamation PMQ in the chat, you'll get my affiliate link where you can purchase your upcoming Tree of Life Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and that gives me a small commission at no cost to you. Hello, Kara from the Texas Panhandle. Hello. This was another one that I made, and as you can see, it has Everglow scraps in it. So these are literally just scraps that I cut off of whatever the project that I was working on. I think this actually was from the Cozy Posy Triangle quilt. So I just literally just cut off the scraps and made a postcard, and it looks super awesome. It, like, whoever your recipient is gonna love it. What type of cardstock do you use? I can't remember if you said. Tammy, you can use anything between 60 and 110-pound cardstock. Cardstock is registered, paper in general is registered in pounds. So the copy paper weight is roughly, like, I think it's 10 pounds if I remember correctly. It's very light cardstock, is usually around 10 pounds or something like that. The stiffer cardstock that I use for my postcards start at 60 pounds and I can go all the way up to 110 pounds. I used to do card making videos, and so I literally have a stack of 110-pound cardstock that I use sometimes, and that's really stiff paper, but it works well. So anything between 60 and 110, you don't have to go with 110 because it is very stiff, but anything between 60 and 80 pounds is a good one to go with. Somebody else had a question. Susie asked, what do you do about the edges of the fabric fraying on the postcard? So if you go back and check out the video that I did on my channel where I walked through the steps, I did a live stream where I walked through the steps of making a fabric postcard. I will do a zigzag stitch around the edge. It's not exactly a satin stitch because if you put the stitch length too small, you literally create a perforated back, and so the back paper can pop off. So you have to give a little bit of space in between your stitches, but you do a zigzag stitch and that holds it all together. I have literally dropped my postcards in the mail as is, not in an envelope, not in a cellophane pouch, nothing. I literally dropped them in. In fact, I just did one a week ago. I dropped it in the mail. It made it to my recipient just fine. There were no problems. It possibly could get a little bit dirty as you're sending it, but that's honestly the worst that I've had so far. Doesn't mean that it's not like ever going to happen where I lose one, but so far the most is just gotten a little dirty. I did have one go through the mail backwards, so instead of putting the ink on the on the stamp to cancel it, I can't talk today or ever. It must have gone through backwards and it put the ink on the front. So that did happen. My recipient didn't care. He still loved it. But it's something that can happen. So if you do put it into an envelope, you can totally do that. No extra postage needed. Literally just a forever stamp, not a postcard stamp. Even if you're putting just the postcard in, do not put just a postcard stamp on it. It needs a regular stamp because it's heavier than a postcard. So you'll need a regular stamp, a regular forever stamp. And if you're sending them internationally, a regular global stamp is what you need. Forever global stamp. That's all you need. It gets it where it needs to go. And then if you do put it into a cellophane envelope or a plastic envelope or something like that, make sure to put the stamp on the outside. Even though you can see the stamp inside, put the stamp on the outside because they have to be able to cancel it. If they don't cancel it, then it may not make it to your recipient. So hope that helps. Oh, I see. Sheila was on a tour bus and we went to Grapevine Mills. I love Grapevine Mills. There's so many good deals there. Elaine asked, how do the postcards go through the post office? Do they need to be in an envelope or do you mail them as is? I think I pretty much answered that. I mailed them as is, so no problems usually. Katrina says, good afternoon. Been in the sewing room working on Carolina Moore's 24 Days of Christmas, trying to get a little ahead since I'll be going out of town this week. Awesome. Snarky Old Lady, love your name. First time here, found you through Tiffany. I'm so glad that you found me. These were the postcards that I worked on last week. If you missed it, I did go ahead and trim them up. So this is what the first one looked like. And then this is what the second one looked like. So I worked on these last week because I didn't have the fabric here yet. I beat my fabric home. And so I worked on putting those together. If you missed last week's live, that's what we did last week. So need to put the fabric backing, or the, excuse me, not the fabric backing, the, I need to put the interfacing, the Pellon, whatever that is, the super stiff. And then I need to put the paper on and then do the zigzag stitch. But otherwise, those are very close to being done. So let's look at fabric now. First fabric that I'm going to show y'all is actually a fabric that I got back in June. So this is actually when I took the trip to visit Becca back in June. We of course stopped at the Quilter studio in Fairfax, Virginia, and they had some fabric that I had not seen before, and I couldn't help but want to get it because I love everything astronomy, astrology. I know those are two very different things. Don't talk to an astronomer about astrology because they will not be happy about that. But I picked up some astronomy fabric that I had never seen anywhere else. So I picked up some of this beautiful, like royal blue with gold kind of metallic ink on it. And it's just beautiful. Like I said, I had not seen it anywhere else. And actually what started the whole thing was I found these panels. I found this panel, which I did get two of. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. Am I catching it in the camera? I am. Okay, so I picked up these panels while I just saw them and I was like, oh my gosh, I love these so much. So I picked them up and I was like, I don't know what to do with them. And so then I found that blue fabric which matches it and was like, okay, I should be able to do something with all of this. Isn't it beautiful, Elaine? I love it. So craft on and so forth. Hello, working on making longer my new 10-foot long arm. Excellent. That's so cool. Congratulations on your long arm. Does the postcard have to be a certain size? Carol, there is a size that they, like, the post office will not accept anymore, but I don't know what that size is. I usually make my postcards 5x7. They can be slightly smaller, so like what is that, 4x5? I don't remember what the other size is, but you can make them smaller or slightly larger, but you can't make them like jumbo because then the post office will want more postage. But 5x7 has always worked for me. Hey, Katie, welcome. Let's see. So I bought 2 of those panels. I actually have 2 of those panels here. And then I also found the gold and kind of like what, tea colored? What is that? Beige colored? I don't know. So, but I found that, and it pairs very nicely with this blue. So I'm going to do something with it. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with that, but I'm definitely going to use that somewhere. And then lastly, because I love astronomy and space and everything, I got this fabric as well. So it's got space shuttles and the planets and satellites and the Earth and the moon and all of that. So I'm going to be using this in it as well. Katrina says 4x6 is the size of a watercolor postcard as well. So there you go. They can be different size. Rachel says, I see the makings of a quilted sweatshirt. That is possibly a very good idea. So I think I'm going to make a quilt out of it, but I'm going to use like basically taking these panels, cutting them up into 4 sections, and then kind of doing some sashing with the, my bag just shifted down here with some of the beige, and then finishing out with some of the blue, and then somehow incorporating the space shuttles and stuff in there as well. So that is a project that I have. I actually so I took that fabric home with me in June. Then I actually sent it back to Becca's because I fully intended to work on a project with it while I was at Becca's, but ran out of time, so I had to ship it back. So it's actually been to Virginia twice now. It came from Virginia and went back to Virginia, and now it's back here. So Tammy says, Ian, it would be so fun if you did your on block of the month with 12 months, and we would just use the fabric we wanted to buy the block of the month for you. Or from you. Excellent idea. I will have to think about that because that's a fun idea. Kathleen says, would make great pillowcases or bags. Absolutely. I see that. Elaine says that's going to be gorgeous together and can't wait to see what you do with it. Kara also says that as well. Blastloma. Hello, Ian and everyone else. I can experience a live show from the USA that I can watch, not for me in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. Warm greetings from Germany. Hello. I'm so glad that you are catching me live. I'm so sorry that it is at 2 a.m. in the morning for you, but so glad that you're here, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Do forgive me for that. So, yeah, I purchased that. So that was back in June. When I opened up the mystery box from, who was that? The Fat Quarter Shop. Is that? Yeah, Fat Quarter Shop. I was like, wait, am I thinking the right one? Yeah. So if you saw my video unboxing the mystery Fat Quarter Shop Halloween box, I keep wanting to say Boo Box. I think it was the Boo Box. Was it the Boo Box? Anyways, when I opened that up, there were coupon codes for discounts in their store. And so they expired in November, and I wanted to use them before the end of November. So I did, and I bought some To the Pink. What else? With those codes. So you're not going to be able to see it all that well. Let's not show that to everyone, because that has my address on it. Let's not show that. Okay. So I bought some Besties. So I bought some Tula Pink Besties. It's a Fat Quarter bundle from Fat Quarter Shop. So I have a Fat Quarter bundle of Besties, which is her newest line, out right now at least. And then, since my order wasn't quite enough to get the discount, I added another yard of fabric into it. And one of my favorite, I don't remember what she specifically calls this one. Can I see the selvage on this one? Yes, it is called Besties. Yes, I know that. Hop to It. That's what it is. It is Hop to It. This is one of my favorite prints from the Besties line, and I figured the rabbit would be super cute. So I did buy an extra yard of that fabric. So I have a fat quarter bundle of the complete collection, and then I have the extra yard of Hop to It in, I don't remember what colorway it is, but so I do have the full collection, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Besties is honestly not my favorite collection from Tula Pink, but kind of bought it anyways because it was Tula Pink, so I don't know. Kathleen says, I love how they store apparently I can't read today. I love how they do their store cut fat quarter bundles. I know, I never seen them. I've never seen anybody do it this way before. And actually Becca wanted to see what it looked like. And so she took it out of the package and then couldn't figure out how to put it back in the way that they had packaged it. So it's a little different than what Fat Quarter Shop actually purchased it or sent it as, but it still works. It's fine. So those are two more pieces of fabric or not two more pieces. That is some more fabric that I purchased while I was in Virginia, DC area. Jackie says, Ian, have you seen the Karen space fabrics, I think from Robert Kaufman? Yes, I have seen those. They are super awesome. I didn't get any because I didn't know what to do with them, but I did like them, and views from space are just absolutely amazing. Adele is currently working on the dog bone quilt with the Besties line. Oh, that's fun. That's awesome. Tony says Easter for the Hop to It colors. Absolutely. Blastoma says, and I hope I'm saying that right. See, the dyslexia gets me every time. Sorry, I meant it's always late for Becca. Now it is 8:20 p.m. Oh, I see. Okay. But it means English craft grandma. Oh, that's cool. Excuse me. That's very neat. So yeah, it's 8:20 p.m. right now for you. Well, I'm glad that it's a little bit earlier for you in the evening instead of being super late. All right, what else? So we're going to go a little out of order, and I'm going to try and remember where everything came from, but I literally just like threw everything into the bag. Becca and Mary and we tried to go to Sil Margabo while I was there on Black Friday, but they were closed. Becca and I had talked on our live stream about how disappointed we were and that we would never go back to that shop ever again. Well, that was a lie. That was a complete lie. And after attending the event, they had a open house event the Saturday that I was leaving, and I can now say that I was leaving that day. We literally dropped my rental car off, drove to Sil Margabo, had lunch, and then they dropped me off at the airport. But in Sil Margabo, we had a beautiful, wonderful time. Love the store. It had the most Tula that I had seen in any shop. Even I think Quilter Studio may have had slightly more, but out of the other shops, I think it was Quilter Studio and then Sil Margabo with the amount of Tula that they had. They had a discount bin. And this was in the discount bin. This is 1.625 yards of the Tula print. That's the rainbow hexes. And when we got to Sil Margabo, you had to be within the first 10 people in line. You got a little gift bag, and I'll show you some more stuff that came from the gift bag in a minute. But one of the things that was in there was like scraps of some Allison glass fabric. I'm not really thrilled with it. Was a cross-stitch look. I didn't like it too much. And so Becca was like, mine. And I'm like, all right, go ahead, have it. I'm not going to use it. You are more than welcome to use it. And Becca was kind enough to let me grab she had bought several different scrap remnants, whatever you want to call them. She bought a couple of them. So she was like, pick whichever one you want. And so I picked this one. So I got some more of the hexes. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll figure something out. Let's see, what else? I gotta remember which store this was. I'm gonna look at my list really quick because I don't remember. This was on Saturday. No, excuse me, this was Friday. Yes, this was Friday. We went to So Classic Fabrics. I didn't really find anything too much. No, excuse me. This was Patchworks Plus. That's right. I remember now. This was Patchworks Plus. I didn't really find anything too. There was a lot of fabric there, but there just wasn't anything that really called out to me. So I did purchase some more Tula. Duh. I did purchase some more Tula. And Donna Dixon just finished a quilt with the besties. Awesome. You'll have to post it up in Becca's group. Joy T, I love that you love the quilt behind me. It's the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, Village Green. Andrea says, howdy everyone, I'm late, but I love the bunny print. I raise rabbits and the grandkids would love that. Gonna have to get some, absolutely. It's a cute print. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So Terry is cutting up hexies into hexies right now. So Terry says, I'm cutting up my hexies into hexies right now. You tripped me up with that. All right, so Tula, what else? And then let's see. I honestly don't remember. I think this was Quilter Studio again. I think I think this is at Quilter Studio. I love this pattern. This one came from Daydreamer from Tula Pink, and this is a good blender, and it's super easy to use for lining of bags or a lot of different things. So I love having this on hand because it's a super easy one to use and incorporate in many different places. So I usually like to keep a stock of that one if possible. And then this is my favorite colorway from the Everglow line of the lion. So I love the orange, kind of orangey, dusty, whatever you want to call that lion. I don't remember what she calls does it say on the selvage? I know this is Roar, but I can't remember. No, Good Hair, excuse me. Good Hair Day, but I can't remember which colorway it is. But anyways, I love this one. Anytime I find some of this fabric, I will always grab some of it because it is just gorgeous. Nikki is here. Hello, everyone. Elizabeth says, does Cotton Club sell the Village Square pattern now that it is over? I do not know the question. So if somebody in the chat knows the answer, let Elizabeth know for me. So Terry has the green lion. I like the green lion, but I like the kind of orangey one better. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's see what else. So on Saturday, we went to Material Girl Boutique in La Plata, Maryland. I know that I was going to say that wrong. In La Plata. And so I had never, ever, 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 I'm not even kidding you, I've never seen this fabric ever in my entire life. And as soon as I saw it on the shelf, I was like, I have to have it. I have to have it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. No idea, but I had to have it anyways. I've never seen a Bernina fabric ever in my life. And since I have a Bernina, I was like, I have to have that. And they had several different colorways. They had, I think, a black, they had a blue, and they had a red. And I had to have some of this because it literally has my machine on it. So that one right there, I think, is my machine. And it also has my serger on here as well. So thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. Ian, your Good Hair Day is the lunar colorway. Thank you. Isn't it amazing, So Terry? I love this. I love this fabric. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I need to do something like machine related. So if you're looking for this, I'm going to have to go on their website and see if they have this fabric available. But it is this one was Material Girl Boutique in La Plata, Maryland. So if you own a Bernina or know someone who does and want to find this fabric, They may have it on their website. I don't know. I should have checked before I went live, but I didn't even think about it. So it's amazing. Elaine asks question, how do you remember who made what fabrics, and how do you recognize what fabrics is from who, or does it just come from years of sewing? It honestly comes from years of sewing. A lot of times I can look at a fabric and tell, oh, this looks like Juicy Juice style. Oh, this looks like Tula Pink style. Oh, this looks like Allison Glass style. Oh, this is such and such. So it really doesn't matter. A lot of times I can pick out the designers strictly from just looking at the fabric. Sometimes not so much. Sometimes there's a little blender where you're like, oh, that looks like that, but it's not. So it really just, it comes with time, to be completely honest with you. So Terry says, I don't know, maybe a dust cover or an under the mat machine organizer. That's a good idea. Laurel Miller says it would be cool to make the machine the center of the economy blocks. Oh, that would be fun. Nikki says, I love it. I have Bernina's too. A quilted machine cover, says Andrea. And oh, a pressing mat cover and a sewing machine cover. That would be cool. That machine fabric would be nice for an ironing board cover too. I totally agree. And I feel like I'm going to be ordering some more of it because I love it so much. So dust cover, says Barbara, and a matching project bag for the extras. Can you turn off the ad space or shoot? I'm sorry, Donna. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I have tried to turn ads like as far down as possible. I've done everything that I know to do on YouTube to get them to not do that, but they are taking away more control from content creators. And it's really quite annoying, to be honest. So let me see if I can go into my settings real quick and see if I can change that. But yeah, they're really taking away control from content creators about ads, and it's really quite annoying, to be honest. So I do apologize for that. Like I said, I've done the best that I can to limit as many as possible, but they're really making it hard for us to be able to do that. Let's see, can I do that? All right, I've just made a change. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. It's not saying that. I don't know if it's taking my save or not. So I've tried to change it. I'm sorry if it doesn't change it. I do apologize, but it's making it really hard for, YouTube is making it hard for content creators to be able to control what's happening. Anyways. Sorry that you're having that experience, Donna. Next up, also at that store, I purchased some of, this is again a Tula Pink. This is from Daydreamer. Ooh, Louise, I love that idea. What about a shirt with the Bernina fabric? I'll have to get more. I'll have to get more of that in order to make it because I only got a yard and that's definitely not enough to make a shirt. But I love that idea because a button-up shirt would be, it would be a chef's kiss. Anywho, we got the Forbidden Fruits from that. Andrea says, I've paid for the subscription because I hate the ads. Donna says, not your fault at all, no worries. I really appreciate that, Donna. I know how annoying that can be. I have watched live streams where it just seems like every 2 minutes there's an ad. I promise you I would never do that to y'all, and I try my absolute best to make sure that I can do what I can to make sure that your viewing experience is as optimal as possible. But there's a lot of times that it's just out of my control. All right, so you saw, let's see. Okay, so moving on to some fabric. Yeah, moving on to some fabric. I got to tell you, Jackie says, sometimes you have to have YouTube running for a couple of hours before watching lives and the ads are limited. My goodness gracious. Judy says I got several ads so as well. Thought it was just me. Apparently not. Anywho, let's see. This one was at, okay, so I'm getting flustered and I apologize. We went to a store called the Scrappy Apple. It was in Winchester, Virginia. Let me make sure I'm getting that right because I'm looking at my list. The Scrappy Apple in Winchester, Virginia. I loved the the Scrappy Apple. I would have to say that the Scrappy Apple was pretty high on my list of favorite stores to visit. Kelly was amazing. I think her name was Kelly, if I remember that correctly. I think it was Kelly. I'm horrible with remembering names, so if that's wrong, sorry. But Kelly is amazing. We went there on Black Friday, and she is typically not open on Black Friday, even though Becca went through and like made sure all the stores were going to be open via Google or their websites or whatever. We tried to make sure that they were open, and so we went and we got there, and I saw a sign on the door that was saying like that like we'll be back at 10, and I was like, well, it's past 10, so hopefully they're open. And I was worried that they weren't. We got out. Also, Becca tells this story on her channel as well, but I'll repeat it here because it's kind of funny. We found the Scrappy Apple, but ended up missing the parking, and so we went around the block, and we went down this alleyway, and Becca was trying to turn right to get back towards the Scrappy Apple, and I saw her, like, out of the corner of my eye. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I saw her, like, start to turn the wheel to the right. There's a one-way sign pointing the opposite direction of the way that she was about to turn. And so I start screaming. I don't start screaming, but I'm basically like, one way, one way, one way, one way. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for not, like, when people get panicked, sometimes they can't get the words out fast enough. So it's just like noises. Ah! And she's like, you at least put out like what the problem is. You don't just, ah! You actually say it. And, that also happened when she dumped her mom out of the wheelchair at the airport when they came to pick me up that time in June. That was hilarious. If you hadn't heard that story, like we were walking out from the airport, they had picked me up at the airport. Her mom was in the airport wheelchair, and the car was not far from the door that we had just come out. And so Becca is pushing her mom, and she's like going towards the curb. I can see the end of the curb. It's nighttime, so it's harder to see, but like I see the edge of the curb, and all I start screaming is curb, curb, curb. And Becca's like, what? What's happening? And she literally pushed her mom off the curb, and her mom came up out of the chair, thankfully landed right back in it. But it was, we all laughed so hard on the way home. We were all laughing. Every few seconds, one of us would be like, curb, curb, curb. Hi, Karen Burnett. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day today. Hello, Josie from Weldington, North Carolina. Excuse me. I don't know why I went new with that one. It was really quite funny. So, all right. Anyways, so we went into the Scrappy Apple. Kelly was amazing. We're walking around her store. She's like, normally I don't open on Black Friday because I don't get any business. But I literally was in the back office working on some things when somebody was at the front door, and they called the phone and asked, you know, hey, are you open? I'm standing in front of your store right now. And she thought, oh, why not? I'll open for this customer, no big deal. So she helped out that customer, and a few minutes later, a gentleman walks in and wants to buy a lot of stuff for his wife, wanted to buy some accessories for her machine, so she made money off of that sale. And then Mary, Becca, and I walk in, and she made some money that day. Don't worry. It was worth her while to open, but she was amazing. If you are ever in Winchester, North Carolina, go to the Scrappy Apple. Let her know that I sent you, and Becca sent you. And it was a fun experience, really fun experience. She's great. She had some fabric on sale, so I purchased some Halloween fabric. The bats on this were just too cute. I couldn't pass them up. So I was like, oh, I have to get some of the bats. So I got some of the bats. I think I got a yard of this. And then this was also on sale, if I remember correctly, and it's just adorable. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm turning it the wrong way. But anyways, I love this fabric. So I got 2 yards of this because I think this would make such a fun, I don't know. It would make a fun trick-or-treat bag, to be honest. But I love this fabric a lot. And since it was on sale, I bought 2 yards of that one. And then lastly, she pointed me to some Halloween fabric. She doesn't have any Tula Pink in her store. And I asked her about it. I was like, I noticed you don't have any Tula Pink. And apparently her market in the area is Civil War reproduction fabric and, you know, some of those other more traditional kind of fabrics. And so she tried to put Tula Pink in her store, but nobody bought it, which I was just like, I can't imagine that. Like my brain explodes thinking that she had to put Tula Pink in the bargain bin for $4. Wish I had been there when that happened. But she did bring some Tim Holtz into the store, and this is not a quilting cotton. This is actually a canvas. So this is a canvas, Halloween canvas from Tim Holtz. I absolutely love it. She showed it to me, and I kept coming back to it. I didn't know that I needed it, but I kept coming back to it, and it just kept calling. And I kind of have this rule, like if I pick it up 3 times, it's coming home with me. Because the first time, you know, I'll think about it and put it down. But then I picked it up again, and I thought about it some more. I'm like, put it back down. And I came back to it that 3rd time, and as soon as I touched it the 3rd time, I was like, yeah, it needs to come home with me. And Kelly was super kind, and she gave me a 25% discount on it. Only me. She's like, we both like it a lot. You and only you get 25% discount on it. So she gave me 25% off of it. It is a little more expensive. I think it was $17 a yard. And so it was a little more expensive because it's canvas, not cotton, like not a standard quilting cotton. So she gave me a discount on that. Love Kelly, love her energy, love her store. It's a small store, but a very nice store. And Kelly's just awesome. Kelly is what makes that store, let's be honest. She's a great, great store. So definitely check that out when you're there. Morgan says, I'm horrible on one-way streets and my town is full of them. I want to be able to go back down the street I was on. Yep, it was kind of one of those moments where it was like, no, don't go that way. Downtown Dallas is real bad for one-way streets. It is really hard not to end up going the wrong way. I'm so sorry. That is horrible of me. The funny thing is I've seen that name before. I had a coworker that had that name, and I can't bring that name back into my mind for whatever reason. So Terry says, Edgar Allan Poe. I need that. I know. Isn't that cool? It has Edgar Allan Poe on it. Where'd he go? Right there. Like it's got his picture on there. So I'm going to make some bags out of this because it's canvas. I think it would make a great trick-or-treat bag. This would absolutely make a great treat bag. Tote bag, zippered pouch bag. That's what I'm going to be making out of this because it's perfect for bag making. So I'm going to be doing that. Elaine asks, when you lose your sojo, how do you get it back? I've got some sewing that I need to do and get done before Christmas, but I just can't find my sojo. Great question. And that one is a difficult one for me to answer because everybody's a little bit different. A lot of times when I lose my sojo, I did lose it for a little while earlier this year. And honestly, it was like project overload. Like I knew that I had a lot of projects that I needed to work on, and I didn't want to work on any of them. So I actually didn't, and I started working on something else. I kind of was like, I don't want to work on any of these projects, and I put them all to the side and started in on a new project. I will tell you what really helps me is small wins. Small wins are great ways to restart your mojo or your sojo. Something as simple as a quilted postcard can really rejuvenate that sojo because this is a perfect size. It's a small project. You can finish it easily within a day. And that's kind of what helps me is those small wins, getting that check mark, getting that check mark done. So small wins is another way to kind of rejuvenate my sojo and get me back into things, get me back into the swing of things. So, he's my favorite poet. I did a college paper on him. That's cool. I saw, when I was in DC, I also saw I wouldn't call it a play. It was theater. And it was a movement-based show on the Telltale Heart. So it was based off the Telltale Heart, and it was all movement based. There was hardly any words at all in it. And it was a very interesting show, and I was very, it wasn't a thing, it wasn't my cup of tea, but it was very cool to see theater done in that way, and I can definitely see the artistic value behind it and all of that kind of stuff. So it was a very, my degree is in technical theater. I was a lighting designer. I thought I was going to be on my way to Broadway. I honestly thought that was where my path was going to be, was Broadway lighting. Life decided to throw me a curveball, and I went completely in a different direction. But theater, I love seeing theater of all kinds. So it was cool seeing that, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to see that as well. Donna says, hello, I'm late. I had company today. No worry, Donna. No one's ever late. Matthew says, hi, Matthew. I don't think I've seen you here before. Matthew Matthew says, bought the same fabric when I was in Irving when threaded lines came through the show. I love threaded lines. In fact, I have something very exciting to talk to you about with threaded lines, but I can't talk about it today. Well, stay tuned to the end of this video. You're gonna want to stay tuned till the end of the video, trust me. Let's see. Donna says, no, it needs to be a travel roll-up case. That would be a good idea. Jackie, what would you use as liner with the canvas? Regular quilting cotton? Yes, I would use regular quilting cotton with the canvas, because you'll have a couple of layers, and you'll also use interfacing. So I would definitely use regular quilting cotton. Great advice. Tracy says, great advice for the sojo. I'm folding fabrics and touching them, organizing them, and magazines and all the pretty quilts works for me. Oh, that's cool. Getting into the room and like looking at things and like looking at your fabrics and petting your fabrics. I like to say fondling my fabrics. I like to fondle my fabrics very much. It's very nice. All right, let's see. What else? I bought more fabric. Surprise, surprise. This was from, let's see, where to go. Okay. We also went to the Krabby Quilter. This one is located in Annapolis, Maryland. There we met Brenda and Diana. I had to write their names down so that way I'd remember. Sorry, Brenda. Brenda and Diana were there. Diana actually works at the store, and she knew who Becca was. It was really funny because she knew who Becca was because she was like, "You look familiar," and she's like, "Oh, I'm So Becca on YouTube," and Diana was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I know who you are." And then Mary was like, "Oh, Ian off Kilter Crafter is here too," and I kind of like pop out from the shelves, and Diana was kind of like, oh, like it hit her real hard all of a sudden, and I was like, yep, that's me. It was really funny to see that moment of light bulb go off. It was really, really funny. So Terry says, just enjoy looking around your room. An instant gratification project gets you back. Yeah, absolutely. Instant gratification project will get you right there. Let's see. Kelly's Quilts and Cruises says, hi gang, I was tidying up and decorating. Welcome. Hopefully you got all tidied up. So if you watched my monthly recap for November, you saw that I got some of this fabric. My friend told me, she was like, why did you say it like that? And I'm like, because it's funny. And she's like, you are like, if I was your publicist and social media, whatever, she's like, I would not have let you post that video. But I'm like, it's funny. Everybody knows it's a joke. It's fine. So anyways, so I did buy, I had to go to the Krabby Quilter and buy crabs, because you can't leave the Krabby Quilter without getting some crab fabric, right? So got some crab fabric, but I also found this fabric, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I couldn't just leave it on the shelf. I love dinosaurs. I used to work in science museums, and so I had to get some of the dinosaurs. So we got some dinosaur fossils on this orange fabric. Love it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I couldn't just leave it there. It was too cute to leave, and so I did pick it up. And I think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one of my friends who also worked at the museum with me, he has a son who loves dinosaurs, so maybe I'll make a zippered pouch for him for Christmas using it. That might be a good gift. Can you show the back of the postcard, please? So I don't have an assembled postcard. I just have the postcard fronts. So it literally is just the batting on the backside. You would use the Pellon. There's some Pellon, and I can't remember, it's like 72 or something like that. It's super thick. If you go back to my postcard video, it tells you all the materials that you need. In fact, I think it even lists it in the description. But you would put that on next, and then you would put the paper on top of that, and then iron it all so it sticks, and then do your stitching around the edges. But I haven't finished these, so these are just postcard tops. They're not actual finished pieces yet. So Terry, I did get the crab fabric while I was there. Yep, I did get some of that. We still have to vacuum. Company coming over later. Okay, all right. I should probably vacuum too, to be honest. I haven't vacuumed since I've gotten back, and it's a little messy in here, but you can only see this much, so I'm okay with that. Katrina says, put some dinosaur-shaped crayons or soap in the bag. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. I could probably find that on Amazon too. Tina says, hi, Ian. Ian, you have gone to quilt country in Louisville or boxcar quilts near Denton. I go to the colony a lot, and I'm looking for places around there that have a large selection. I've not been to quilt country, but I have been to the old boxcar quilts. I've not been to the new boxcar quilts yet. In fact, I was just thinking this morning that maybe I should do a live stream. They're not open on Sundays, but I should do a live stream from Boxcar Quilts. Laura is the owner of the Boxcar Quilts, and love her a lot. She's amazing. She is a sparkle of joy. And I did a video where I did a live stream from her old location, but I think now that she's moved into a new location, I need to go up there and do another one. So I'm thinking maybe later this month we might be doing a live stream from there. Kelly says the crab fabric could be cute beach ball bag. Ooh, that would be, or excuse me, a cute beach bag, not beach ball. Beach bag, absolutely. That would be a good bag. Donna says, love all your fabulous finds. Now tell me how to find specific fabric. Orange brushed denim, and I think you may know why. LOL. Yes, you can say. I am trying to go through my head and remember why orange brushed. Is it? I'm trying to think. I've been put on the spot and I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know where to find. If anybody has a suggestion where to get orange brushed denim in the chat, jump in there, help Donna out. She could definitely use the advice. I don't know. A lot of times if I'm looking for a very specific fabric, I'll literally type it into Google. I'll type in what the fabric I'm looking for into Google. And then a lot of times I'll do an image search. If I don't find the results quickly, I'll do an image search. Nikki says, Ian, I love your shirt. Where did you find it? I found it from Guys Sew Too or We Sew Too. If you look at them on Instagram, they have an account, Boys Sew Too, and you can click on their profile, and they have a store that you can purchase this shirt from. I love the shirt. I had to get the shirt. Absolutely had to get the shirt. I love it. But remember that they are in the UK, so their sizes are one size smaller than the United States. I normally order large, but I had to order extra large in this shirt. So anytime you're ordering from that website, remember to go one size larger. All right, let's see what else. We're getting down to the bottom. I promise we're getting close to being done. Are you excited to be done? No. Live would be great. I'm going to look at that. I'm going to see if I can't make that happen. Carrie says, I know the movie had lobsters, but the crab fabric gave me best friend's wedding feel, and you might need to make some pot holders. That's a good idea too. I like that. I like that a lot. Cheez-Its. Oh my gosh, Donna, Cheez-Its. That's hilarious. Okay, so I don't remember where I bought this from. I literally cannot remember where I bought this from. I bought some more besties. I love the, oops, I'm holding it upside down. I love the dog um, portraits, cameos, whatever you want to call them. And I'm holding it upside down again. Love this one, and I love the green colorway, not so much the red colorway. So this is the Puppy Dog Eyes. That's the name of this one, and I got a yard of this. Oh, this was from Quilter Studio. That's right, this came from Quilter Studio, because I went there once without Becca. I just went by myself and had to buy a yard of the cameos from it. I think I'm going to end up cutting it up and including it in my Tula Pink Atomic Starburst quilt. I also... Where did I buy this one from? I don't remember where I bought this one from. I don't remember where I bought it from, but I got some more. This is from Daydreamer, and it's some of the Rainbow Jaguars. Love this fabric a lot, so I've got some more of that. But I don't remember which store I bought that from. We also went to Three Little Birds Quilting. Yes, Three Little Birds Sewing Company in Hayesville, Maryland. And Becca found this first, and so I let her, like, I didn't see it until after she grabbed it. If I had grabbed it, I would have kept it all. But she was kind enough. She was kind enough. This is actually from the same fabric line as my quilt behind me, but y'all know how much I love Halloween, and I love this. She found it, and she said, you know what, we'll split it. And I was like, all right. So I got whatever half of the amount. It wasn't a yard, I don't think. I think it was a little less than a yard, but we both got cuts off of it. So I got that. And then I also purchased this from Three Little Birds Quilting, or I think it's Three Little Birds Quilting. I just read the name and I totally forgot what it was. But there's some potion bottles. Love Halloween fabric, and I love this style of it too. Like this style and this style are just, it's super cute, super cute. Let's see. June says, I like your fabrics, and I haven't been a Tula fan, but what you've gotten changed my mind. I'm so glad to hear that, June. Oh, there you go, Donna. Wilmington Essentials, the dry brush line. They do have a dry brushed orange. Excellent. All right, and then we got some more stuff. I bought this from the Scrappy Apple. I've been looking for this for a while. It is a quilt binding spool. Somebody just... Donna, I just got your email. I'll look at it after I get off live. I did find a quilting binding spool. I literally have used toilet paper rolls to hold my binding. But I saw this online, but didn't want to pay shipping. And so I saw this in the store and was like, definitely want to purchase one. I borrowed Becca's, and I love it. I really love it for binding. This is a great way to store binding, especially if you like work on binding before putting the quilt together or like getting it quilted. So you could actually buy several of these and have them like on hand. You could put your binding on it and have it ready to go. So I did buy one of these. I love it. Can't wait to use that. I also bought, everybody goes crazy for Dove thread from Aurifil, so I'm gonna start switching over to the Dove. I've been using white or black depending on the color of my quilts, but I think I'm gonna switch over to Dove for the lighter quilts. I still will use black for black quilts, but or darker quilts, but I got a roll of, or a spool of Dove. So hi Deborah, welcome. Fussy cutting, says Katrina. Yeah, fussy cutting. Ronnie says, I use toilet paper rolls too. Hey, they work, and they're free. I mean, you are paying for the toilet paper, but they're free whenever it's done, right? So it works. It works. So Terry says, I use Dove a lot as well. Katrina says, I hope they have some in stock for you, Donna. This was at, oops, let's not do that. I'm clicking all kinds of buttons on my computer, and it's causing all sorts of chaos. So let's see what else. That's not what I want. I was looking for this button. Where's the button? There it is. So when we went to So Classic Fabrics, So Classic Fabrics is very weird because it's in like this outlet mall, sort of, not outlet mall. It's like a building that has a whole bunch of stores in it. That sounds, when I describe it like that, it sounds like a mall, but it's not. I don't know how to describe it. But anyways, I saw this quilt hanging up, and it looks like a great quilt for like scraps, because it uses a lot like small squares. And so I'm thinking what's going to happen is, and let me know if you're interested in this, I'm thinking I might do a sew along with this, maybe like in March. I was going to say February, but I realized QuiltCon is in February. So maybe in March. Would y'all be interested in doing a sew along if I did a Showering Stars sew along with everybody? This would be a great way to use up our scraps. I think we would only need to buy the fabric for the background. The background and maybe the stars, the star points. I might have enough fabric for the star points. This quilt is a 75 by 90 inch quilt, so it makes a pretty big quilt. This is a Robin Pickens quilt pattern. But if you're interested, let me know. Send me an email or say it here in the chat. Or if you're watching this on the replay, let me know if you're interested in doing a Showering Stars quilt along. And we'll see maybe like in March if we might be able to do that. I think that would be fun. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's true. Let's see. Morgan also uses Dove. Shelly says, I like the cream or beige or a fill for blending in with lots of colors. Let's see. Meredith is asking what a Sudoku quilt is. It's a marketplace. Billy, you're right. It is a marketplace. Andrea, Fabric Warehouse. No, it wasn't a warehouse. It was like, So Classic was like one of the, So Classic? Did I say that? I'm getting confused. Yeah, So Classic. It was like one of the stores, but like at the other end, there was Grandma's Attic, I think is what it was called. And they make sweets and treats and cheeses and dips and all kinds of chips and seasoning mixes and all this kind of stuff. Like if you go to So Classic, you have to go to the other end and get some of the amazing things from their store. It was so good. It was really, really good stuff. I loved it. I'm seeing a lot of... Janine says, hi Ian, I'm either late or early. Sorry, you are never late. It is totally fine. No worries at all. Yes to a sew along. I just ordered that pattern yesterday. What a wonderful surprise. I'm seeing lots of interest in doing that. Lots of people are interested in doing the sew along. We'll look at that for March. We'll target that for March. I was going to say, Donna says 4th of July quilt, Showering Stars. That would be a good one. Katrina says, I think Donna Jordan did a tutorial on that not too long ago, if you want a sneak peek. All right, so we will be, looks like we will be doing a sew along for that coming up next year. So be on the lookout for that. Elaine asked, did you have a quilt? Do you have a quilt you entered into QuiltCon? I actually entered 2 quilts. I entered my 4-letter word quilt. It has bananas and starts with the letter S and it ends with T. I can't say it on here because they don't like bad words. I did enter that one, and I entered my Color Vortex quilt, and neither of them made it, unfortunately. So did not make a quilt into QuiltCon. Andrea, it's kind of like a strip mall, but everything was under one roof. Like, it was all indoors. You didn't have to go in and out, right? It was, like, all indoors. Billy says, I've looked at the Showering Stars, and it looks really cool. I think it's going to be a really good one for using up those scraps. I have a bin of scraps, and I think one of the first things I'll have to do is organize it into colors that I can use. Joydy says, that's a cool shirt, Ian. Thank you so much. Go check out Guys Sew Too or We Sew Too. I think it's officially called We Sew Too, but they have shirts that are Boys Sew Too that you see me wear here on the channel pretty frequently. All right, last thing. Well, last things, I should say. I can't reach. There we go. Last things. So some of the things I told you about, the first 10 people at Sew Margabo, they had a little gift bag for you, and that included a pencil that says Sew Margabo. It included this little tag that you can put on your scissors, on your fabric scissors that are for fabric only. I love this tag. I love this tag a lot. I think that my mind just went blank. Whatever, it's fine. They also had a fabric tape measure. Wow. Hi everyone. You come and watch this every week. Why? Just kidding. So they had this on there. Crystal L has said, I've done the showering stars in batiks. Ooh, that would be a fun one. Joydy says, I'm planning to go even if it's for one day. Yes, I will be at QuiltCon. So I was really hoping to see one of my quilts in QuiltCon, but none of them got in. So, but I will be there. I will be at QuiltCon. Shelly says, we'll see where I am in March. I need to use up some scraps. I'm also hoping to go to the Mid-Atlantic quilt show as well. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Could make those with the Cricut Maker? Absolutely, you could. I know, Katrina, you are so right. Don't you hate it when you have a thought and it decides to leave the building? Absolutely, it's the worst. So I bought some fabric from Sew Margabo, and they wrapped it very nicely. It's wrapped up very brown paper packages tied with a bow. Anyways, so they did that. Again, they had a lot of Tula there. I think they had the most, or second Tula collection there. Second most amount of Tula there. So I picked up, I don't remember which line this was. This was Furry Beasts. I think this is Furry Beasts. Is that right? Tiny Beast. Oh, Tiny. That's what it is. Tiny Beasts. I was like, Furry Beast doesn't sound right. Tiny Beast. I didn't have any of this, so I bought some of these squirrels. So we got some squirrels going in all kinds of directions from Tula Pink. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but I'll figure it out. And then again, this is a good blender of some type. And so I bought some of, this is from Daydreamer. And so we've got some of this purple to light pink. And so I bought some of that. Good prices. So I think, were these on sale? I don't think these were on sale, but it was Tula Pink. So how could I say no? That's going to get added to my Tula Pink collection. By the way, my butt feels a lot better today, guys. And you're probably like, Ian, why are you talking about your butt? If you haven't followed along, I fell down Becca's stairs and I'm pretty sure I either bruised, cracked, or maybe even broke my tailbone. And it has been slow to heal. I am finally able to sit in a chair without a lot of pain. So it's healing, it's just taking a while. And it is getting much better. So I wish you could see on my table, there's a lot. I literally filled up, this is a McDonald's bag, but I literally filled up this McDonald's bag with all of that. That is all I have. There's nothing left. That's it. That's all I have. But yeah, so that's all the fabric that I picked up in Virginia, Maryland, DC area. It's a lot of fabric. It's a lot of fabric that I now have to figure out where the heck I'm going to put all of it. I put my Tula Pink collection is in my walk-in closet. I don't keep it out where it can be exposed to light and all that kind of stuff for the most part. I have some fat quarters over in, you can't see it, but off camera there's some fat quarters in the drawer over there that are Tula Pink, but I've got to figure out where in the closet I'm going to put all of this fabric because it's a lot. Let's see. Yes, I will be at QuiltCon. as as long as I can, then I will be at QuiltCon. Billy says it's a cool place. There's a selection that sells antiques and a little sandwich shop. Has yummy food. Outside has a popcorn stand and there's a furniture and vegetable stand. Yes, that's Billy. That is it. That is exactly, you are describing exactly where I went, and it was really cool. And I would absolutely go back there again. Yes, we'll go back there again when I'm in that area. Will you be at Road to California, Tracy? No, I will not be at Road to California. I tried to enter my quilt into Road to California, and they did not want my quilt, unfortunately, this time. So neither I nor my quilt will be at Road to California this year, but that's okay. I did have lots of fun. It is time to get busy, absolutely. Elaine says you could do a kaleidoscope with your squirrel fabric. I could. Billy says Harrisonburg, VA is really cool area. It's home to VA Quilting Museum, and a lot have probably seen Pat Sloan talk about the museum. We tried to go to the museum. In fact, we were going to go to the museum, and then suddenly, like literally the day or two before, they posted on Facebook that they were going to be closed. We checked their times, we checked their website, like we checked to make sure that they were going to be open, and they were. And then like 2 days prior to our trip, they said they were going to be closed, and it was like, okay. Jean says, new quilt behind you. This is the Village Green quilt that I completed and shipped up to DC, up to Becca, and then shipped back. So it has traveled with me to DC and back. Let's see. Donna says, so what did you collect from Becca's stash? Mostly just scraps. I did pick up a couple of scraps. I don't have them nearby, but it was mostly like scraps, smaller pieces. Like I had worked on a project, and then I had it like just like it wasn't enough to put back on the shelf. So Jean asked, what time is it there in Texas? It's 2:13 at the moment. Denise says, Ian, have you ever met Tula Pink? Not yet. I have not met her yet. I have tagged her in many of my posts because I've done lots of projects using her projects. She reposted my post like once, and I've never seen her repost any of my stuff ever again. She has her favorites that she goes to. Totally understand. She's a busy person. There are a million people tagging her in posts. Totally get it. But you could definitely tell she has her favorite people that she will post their stuff frequently. So sadly, I'm not one of them, but that's okay. Morgan says, first world problem, trying to find where to stash the fabric. Problem is real. It is. It really is. Pretty squirrel fabric. It is pretty squirrely. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Besties fat quarter bundle. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's pretty fabric, but I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I really need to use up the fabric that I have. And I know we say that a lot, but I really need to use up my fabric and not buy like excess amounts of fabric. I need to be more conscientious with the fabric that I'm buying and buying it specifically for the projects that I have started and not like projects down the road. So in 2024, I might try and only buy fabric that I need. The exception to that is going to be Roar, because I want the Roar fabric. I've been waiting for her to do dinosaurs. I've been waiting for Tula Pink to do dinosaurs. And again, I worked in science museums. I love dinosaurs. I'm going to be buying the heck out of that fabric. I might even go wild and buy a full yard bundle of each of those, because I love it. Cannot wait to do that. But I think for the rest of it, I probably need to only buy what is necessary for projects and nothing else. We'll see if I can hold on to that. Billy says, probably closed for the holiday, and sometimes when setting up news displays, they close for a few days. Billy, I'm sure they were closed for the holiday. It was just, they didn't announce it until like 2 days prior to the day after Thanksgiving. So it was kind of annoying, like, oh, we made all these plans, and then I figured if they knew that they would be closed, they would have said so earlier, but maybe there was emergency. I don't know. Who knows? It's weird. Did you get your dash fabric yet? Jean, which one dash fabric. I'm not sure. Can you elaborate? Catherine says, stop it, Ian. I don't know what I did. Morgan says, I say that every year. And then you go crazy and buy everything. Deborah says, yes, Ian, packing and moving with all of your fabric. Woohoo! That would be a job in itself. Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of why I'm like, maybe I should like cut back on the fabric buying, because moving is going to be like, I'm going to fill 5, 10, 20 boxes just with fabric. Does Tula sell directly or only through distributors? I'm buying from someone. I also buy from someone else. She doesn't do directly. She only does through distributors. Katrina says, check with Quilted Twins in Dale City, Florida. They probably cut yards. I have a couple of shops that I know that Crimson Tate, they usually do full yard bundles. So I might go to them. I will have to see, like, I usually do a little bit of shopping around when I order. But I know Crimson Tate does full yard bundles. We all say that and then see something pretty, and yeah, it happens, Billy. You were absolutely right. Tula paint with different stuff on it looks like sprinkle can. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so did I find the one? Yes, I did get the fabric that I was looking for. I will be able to finish. In fact, next week, sorry, there's somebody walking outside. I think next week we will be finishing up that 4-patch challenge quilt that I did. It's off to the side here, but yes, I did get that fabric. I will be able to finish that quilt, and I think next week we will work on that. So stay tuned for next week. Let's see. Kara says, love the Showering Stars pattern. I love to use light gray cotton thread I get from Joann's. Melissa says, the Roar line is one I'm going to get to. Yeah, it's going to be really, really good. Catherine says, stop saying you will stop buying fabric. You will, because downturn in fabric, I will end up buying fabric. But I'm going to try and limit my fabric buying to just what I need. We'll see. I think I activated, yep, there it is. I just activated that by accident. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. What happened? It like spark. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Fire. Come on. There it is. Oh, it sees all of this as a person apparently, so it's not doing it. It's very confused by the quilt behind me. Obviously, that's what it is. Jackie says, I pulled out my Tula Snuggle Time quilt and started quilting. All the hourglass blocks were wrong. Oh no! I'm sorry. That sucks. All right, so that is all the fabric that I bought. I now have to put all this away. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I bought too much. Fabric, but it's fine. Yeah, so sounds like maybe March, April, we'll be doing a sew-along with Showering Stars. Be on the lookout for that. Threaded lines. I am so excited. I met Threaded Lines when I was in Plano. When I was in Plano, they were at the Plano Quilt Show. Met them, great people. Loved talking with them, and let's see here. Let me go over. I'm just double checking myself real quick. Yeah, Jennifer from Threaded Lines. We started talking. She found out that I did YouTube videos. We started talking about some things. You are going to want to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I have something very exciting coming, and you are going to be very excited for it because it's also going to include a giveaway. Did I just say the magic words, giveaway? Yes, I did. Threaded Lines has been super generous. I'm not going to go into details yet. I'm going to be working on a video, I think either this week or next week. I am definitely, you're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Putting it out there. You're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed because that is something very exciting is going to be coming down. Very exciting giveaway. Very exciting everything. So stay tuned. Got a video coming out in the next 2-3 weeks that is going to be something that you're going to want to make sure that you are checking out. So make sure to subscribe. Heather says, hi Heather, welcome. Heather says, I've only just joined. I'm sorry. No need to apologize. You're good. You're good. If this has already been asked, again, I'm sorry. Where is your shirt from? It is from We Sew Too. If you search them on Instagram, I think you can find them on the web. It's weird because when I type them into Google, I get their website, but I can't navigate to their store from the result that pops up. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, We Sew Too. Also, if you search Boys Sew Too on Instagram, you can get to their store through the link that they have on their profile. Donna, I believe you are in the UK, if I remember correctly. Or no, not Donna. Heather. Why did I say Donna? Heather, I believe you are in the UK. And these are European sizes. I always have to tell the American audience, remember that these are European sizes and you have to order one size larger. This is an extra large and I normally wear a large. So We Sew Too, make sure to check that out on Instagram or on the web. Boys Sew Too, if you type that. The Boys Sew Too, I wear that shirt very frequently here on my channel. That shirt is from them as well. So if you type that into Instagram, you'll be able to find them. I know, suspenseful. Matthew says they are wonderful people. I usually go to them for Juicy Juice fabric. They had a whole bunch of Juicy Juice bundles while I was shopping their little booth at the Plano's quilt show, and I almost went home with some of it because it was so good. Elaine says, I've been a subscriber of yours since last year's Quiltmas, so I will be watching for it. You are not going to want to miss it. Trust me, guys. I can't talk about it yet, but trust me, I am so excited. I could not believe how generous they were, so it's going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing. Jean, is there somewhere else to sign up at? I assume you're talking about, like, for notifications on stuff. I only have here on YouTube. I don't really use my Facebook page all that much. So, you know, make sure to follow me on Instagram and make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Those are the places that I'm going to be making the announcements of stuff. So stay tuned. Heather says, great. I was just about to say, pray for international shipping. No international shipping for you. In fact, I think they actually, I don't know where they ship from because whenever it pops up on shipping for me, it starts off in, I think Tennessee, because that's where the UPS hub is Tennessee. And so I think they ship it over from Tennessee, or excuse me, ship it over from the UK to Tennessee, and then it like ships out from there. But no, not for you. No international shipping for you. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to do today. I hope this was an entertaining hour for you, or a little over an hour and 30 minutes. I hope this was an entertaining hour and 30 minutes for you. Just going through the haul of fabric. I love fondling my fabric. It's so wonderful. Makes me very happy. Makes me very, very happy. Lots of fun stuff coming up. I'm also going to try and work on a video the rest of December that's talking about quilt shows. So if you've never entered a quilt show or are thinking about entering a quilt show, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and do's and don'ts and all that kind of stuff. So I'd like to put that video together since I'm taking the week of Christmas off of work. I think I might have time to make that do's and don'ts and tips and tricks kind of video. So stay tuned for that. That may come out early next year, but want to at least record it and get it. Denise asks, Ian, did you see that Adam of Adam Sews is an ambassador for We Sew Too? Yes, he is. He is an ambassador for that as well. And I'm trying to remember, somebody else that comes across my Instagram feed is an ambassador as well. So Judy says, I had a wonderful time with you. Have a great afternoon and evening. You do as well. I love you guys very much. Thank you for joining me today and hanging out and taking a look at all the fabric that I pulled, that I literally had to ship most of this fabric back. It came in one of the large USPS boxes, the flat rate boxes. Most of that fit in there, and because I was not going to get that in my luggage. My luggage was about to burst as it was, so. All right, guys, we are getting closer and closer to Christmas, and I will be live Christmas Eve because I don't have anything else to do that day. So I will be live Christmas Eve as normal because it falls on a Sunday, so I'll be live at 2 p.m. unless something changes. I should be live. Elaine says, love watching you. Going to fondle my fabric and try to get my shoujo back. Thanks for being here today. You are awesome. Well, y'all are awesome too. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see y'all next Sunday. We're going to work on finishing that 4-patch quilt that I started over at Becca's. We'll try and finish that up next time. I love you guys. Remember, guys, normal is just the setting on the dryer. I will see you all next Sunday.